Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. In today's episode, we got a lot of great stuff to cover. We're going to go over some VeeFriends news, some Thrilljoy, Rokimoto, and a bunch of other stuff. Can't wait to chat.
Collecting is the way. Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Chatter. This is episode 146. I am Migs with Charlie, as always, after our little break.
Yes,
we are
a long
back.
break, but we are back after our Disney vacations.
I know, back-to-back Disney vacations
I know.
for us.
What,
It's funny,
what
we
are
didn't even
the
overlap.
odds of that?
Yeah,
But we're back.
It was good. It was good, though. Much
It was
needed.
good. We both had great times, great weather.
Yes.
Might say perfect weather to go to Disney.
Yes, honestly. It's like the best time, I think, to go. It's around this time.
Yeah, great time. We love Disney here.
We got an episode, though.
Yeah.
We
got a lot to talk about in the collecting world.
We do have a lot. We didn't, I mean, it's been almost a month, if you think about it, but we're not going to go, back and talk about stuff from 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, or whatever. But there is a lot of stuff that's very recent that still is in the news, in the world of collecting. It's all the big companies and people that we like and we follow. And there's a lot going on, new products, new things. Obviously, we got Thanksgiving coming up, Black Friday, and all the holidays and everything. So a lot of that stuff's going to lead into a lot of collectible, things coming out, news and announcements, and etc. But yeah, like I said in the intro, we got some VeeFriends stuff we're going to talk about. They actually have a new product, technically, as you could say, with some new things in it, which we will go over. Topps has a new set that came out that we're going to go over. And then obviously the Thrilljoys and the Rokimotos of the world have new lines coming out, a new pop-up type thing going on with one of those companies as well. So can't wait to talk about that. Even maybe some other card news, that we'll talk about later as well. But I think we want to probably kick it off, believe, with VeeFriends, right? Because this was something that I know they dropped like a pretty cool, real, trailer looking type thing. And then they showed pictures.
They told you to go to Whatnot to get all the alpha.
Figure out all this new stuff. It was so crazy. And then we had Rips come out and kind of showcase what this was going to be.
An awesome video.
Yeah, everything they've come out with was great, and it's been a perfect way to kind of show this new, we'll talk about it in a second, but this new type of way of chopping things. And I remember seeing it, and I was actually kind of surprised. And the only reason why I knew you didn't, because usually you'll see something you like it or whatever, and you hadn't liked it. Obviously, you were still away at the time. But I was like, I don't know if Charlie's seen this. And I remember asking, and you were like, no. And I was like, oh, whoa. I thought of
You're breaking
things before, Charlie.
I weirdly, I was telling you this off air, but when I normally am still glued to my phone. I tried to make a point not to this trip, and I did miss out on some collecting stuff, actually, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, we're going to talk about it here. And it is, of course, what they're calling a treasure chest. So you can go through essentially they broke it down you're guaranteed at least one of these different type of things. And obviously they all have verities and stuff, which, is a big VeeFriends thing. And then we'll get into the price and kind of what we think about it. But you can go over it.
So you are going to get 4 of the items in this chest. It's just depending on the different rarities. As we all know, there's a million different rarities when it comes to the VeeFriends world. But what we're getting inside, which is something new, is a graded coin. So there's a bunch of VeeFriend characters. We're getting coins, and they will be graded in a slab. Which, if you collect coins, I know me and Migs don't know. I don't think anything about coins. But no shocker to people who do or don't. It looks like it's in a slab that a card would be in, or a comic. It looks exactly the same. They actually look super cool. So, and they're even going to say rookie coins, because I think there are maybe some VeeFriends coins that are out there, but nothing crazy. And some could be signed, yada yada. The next thing we're going to get, there's 2 different pins. So one is a gemstone pin, which these are insane because they have authentic sapphires and 18 karat gold plated frame, and they're limited to 99 pieces or less. So it's not your run-of-the-mill average VeeFriends pin or any pin in general. I mean, it's kind of like a piece of jewelry, I guess you could say. And then we're gonna just get a classic pin of the pins that we, know and love from the VeeFriends world of some of, the OG characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also gonna get a super sticker. So these are going to be new super stickers that you can only get in here. So it's not like it's being repeated. I mean, VeeFriends doesn't do this, but like other companies, it's essentially all new ones that we haven't gotten before. They're in a new sapphire colorway. And the first ever super sticker debut for all the 21 featured characters. So, I mean, this set it's really cool. It's a big thing that they're doing. It's not just like a random product that they kind of will just drop. And I mean, I want to hear Mig's take a little, but I know we'll get into the price point at the end. But like this a little tease, like this is a major player VeeFriends product, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into that more in a bit.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Yeah. So yeah, so the first thing, like I know they were saying a lot like how these are kind of the first time some of these debut of some of these characters, I guess, and like maybe some of the super stickers and things like that, because they like to do that where they'll like release a batch of a certain amount of characters that they happen to throw into like cards, whatever it may be.
Yes.
And there's a good handful of them in here, so it's actually pretty cool. Like you were saying, the classic pins, they've done these in the past, so it is nice to see these. Obviously there's variations, there's the rainbows and the golds and just your standard versions, and a couple other ones mixed in there, which all have like of 99, of 25 out of 10, and then obviously the 101 is the rainbow, so that's obviously going to be like a big chase of just a regular classic pin. The super stickers are sick. That's obviously been the big thing. We talked about it with their recent set that came out or that's coming out. That's obviously like a big hype thing that we both really like. Like I know we are fans of this style of cards that they come out with. The coins are the interesting ones because that is like very new. Like it's the first time you're seeing this type of product from them where they're going to show off these different ones, and they're in like different types of coins. So it's like literally a 1 of 5, I think, pure gold, which is wild, like pin, and it's like even signed, I think, by Gary, and like it's like, geez, that's like pretty intense. So they're obviously really running into the overall collector vibe of anything. Pins was a big deal for a little while. Now they're like, hey, let's do coins, right? And then the gemstone ones are actually really cool too, because like you said, like they actually have like the different sapphires in there. The color on the back is like really awesome. And of course, it goes all the way down to 101, or you got the of 99. Like their big thing is obviously the whole rarity and like exclusivity of some of these products. But one thing you didn't mention is there's a chance in the super stickers to actually get a 1 of 1 like art print as well.
Yes,
like
you're
DJ
right.
Kaufman sketch cards and stuff like that. So like obviously he sketched out really cool versions of a bunch of the characters, and these, because when you open the box you're getting one super sticker, so it's sealed pack obviously, but when you open it up it could be literally one of the multiple variations of super stickers as well, different numbered and different variations, even some like insert style, and then you have that chance. And then the hidden treasure section is where this is where crazy. Now we can kind of tear towards what we're going to talk about price and like how this is a high-end thing, because we know, being in this community, but like the intense ones in this community, we know how hardcore they are. Like when it comes to cards and things selling out, like the resale is wild because of how exclusive and popular and like sought after these things are, right? And these hidden things are now you're getting like they're pins, right? So these are like exclusive pins,
and they're crazy, like you said.
A crazy one, obviously, like a gem-eyed black cat, which obviously the black cat's a huge deal. It's gold plated, 18 carats. Like, bro, they're going into like jewelry style. Like, this is wild. And then you got a hen, you got a oyster, you got the logo like VeeFriends, and then you got like the panda. The panda's going to be one of the big hits of a lot of these. And that's insane. Like this stuff is just super, super over the top on the sense of like, it's not just like a regular collectible, right? But Charlie will get into this. You could talk about the price point, what you think. This drops on Black Friday, right? Um, or
Black
well,
Friday, yes.
it starts the 24th, I believe, for like NFT
Correct. I have all those
holders, right?
dates and I can run
Yeah.
through
So
them.
go ahead. You
So,
can run through how kind of, because obviously they do this a lot, where it's like if you're an NFT holder, you'll get it earlier, and then the standard
yes. So,
drop.
starting yesterday, you were able to get, if to select holders, you were able to get a case of them
Whoa.
for the price of $2,000. And I saw on Twitter people were posted, got my cases.
Cases.
Yeah. Yeah, you had the opportunity to get, oh no, so there was 10 boxes per sealed case is what you got. And they were for VeeFriends holders of Series 1 Epic, Spectacular, Gift, Goat, or Access tokens.
Okay. So
those are like high-end. Odds are if you have those, you are going to buy. You probably don't have a problem buying a case if you're a VeeFriends community. So then wave 2 is Series 1 holder sale. And then, they said if inventory remains, I'm assuming inventory is going to remain, but they're being very clear that no one, like I know sometimes with the comic books, for example, since I have Series 2 NFT, I'm like guaranteed to get them during that time if I want them. Where like they're telling everyone, no guarantee. So they, for Series 1 holders, are $200 per box. Not terrible, but I guess for what you get, and if you get some, like this is the gambler's collector's dream. I mean, there's some like Migs was to say 18 karat gold hit. Like even though there's only, I think there's 555 of those, but still. Then on that, will you be able to get today? Then on Wednesday, Series 2 and Iconic holders are able to get 1 box per NFT held, and they're $250. So the price keeps creeping up, which they normally do. And I don't have a problem with that because Gary is incentivizing people who have the NFTs, which is how VeeFriends started. Then for wave 4, that's when it's the Black Friday weekend live show breaks. It's breaks only. So like you're probably just gonna have to buy a spot. So who knows how much that's gonna be? I'll actually get into my thoughts on this. And then the public sale via EQL, if inventory remains, $350 per box. And now I'm also just seeing something I never saw before, plus the 2.5% EQL fee, which I don't think they've ever done that before. I'm a little surprised it's being passed on to the customer.
Yeah, unless we do, I don't know if it's a flat fee. Maybe we think of it as tax or something, but I feel like whenever we've gotten something, I don't know if I remember it being like
I don't think I got charged a fee like when Nikki won the tops. But regardless, 300, I mean, if you're going to spend $350 on this box, I don't think you care about the 2.5%. But I mean, I'm going to kick it off with, this is probably going to be one of the first VeeFriend products since I've been in the community that I don't get. I think it's super cool. It's nothing against the product, but it's just a little too high end for me, especially for what you're getting. Like, would it be amazing if I got an 18 karat gold, black cat pin? Yes, but like, I would never buy that on its own. So like, I understand the value there. And I'm also, everyone who listens to this podcast knows, like, I'm not really the gambler type. Like, I don't get a high off of that. So like, it's just, this isn't for me. It's a little too high end, and I'm a little surprised, which I was kind of hinted at before, unless maybe they have more surprises in store for us, but this is their Black Friday like product. I'm just, in the past they've had Christmas product, they had the ornaments, and maybe more stuff is coming, and they're just kind of giving people the chance with the breaks to get this, knowing they're not going to buy it. I just think this product, in my opinion, is really for the high-end VeeFriends collectors, and if you're not one of those people, my personal opinion is I don't really think you should be going after it.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think I don't it's almost like we're already a couple days away. So it's like, are they gonna drop something else? So it seems like this
Yeah,
is what it is. But I would have agreed. I would have been a little bit more excited, like, okay, this is a high end thing, and then they still have these smaller type of drop or something that comes out maybe where it's like more available, and accessible. Uh, their whole thing has always been kind of like, making it hard to get something exclusive, rare, build up all this
yeah,
hype,
of
and then
course.
the resale is wild, right? Because then immediately what I started thinking is like, yeah, one, I'm most likely not getting this. Like, one, because it's gonna probably be so hard because these high end whales are gonna be the ones going after it
Yeah,
anyway. So there's only, I believe, what, 5,000? Is it 5,555?
yep,
Like how
yep,
many they have, right? 5,555 of them in total. So that's not like a ton. So clearly, like, these high end people are going to be able to get them, and then the next wave gets them, and then the next one. Then when they go on these breaks, people go nuts for stuff, especially when it's brand new or it's something that's
nuts.
hot and like hard to get. So that's gonna sell through or whatever. And then you have like, okay, if there happen to be something for general public, it's probably just gonna sell out quick. But what I started thinking is like the craziness that like the real big obviously it's series one and NFTs and all that
Yeah,
were huge. And then obviously when the TCG came out, it was huge. But like I kind of jumped into it a little bit after that. So what I saw as being like a wild flip was Chrome, right? Like Chrome came out, box was $100. Now it's like $750. A box that was like $20 is now like $150. So like, and that's just standard. That's what they're selling it for. That's what people are buying it for. It's staying at
it's
that number.
insane.
So with that being said, when you got a product that generally MSRP, even for the people that are getting a little bit discounted, is like double that, are these things gonna go for like a G? Like, is this like
I know.
$1,000 easy for like one of these? Because, like you said, people are able to get a case which has 10, and we all know who those people are that are either just like super hype. Okay, I got this, but a lot of them are those people that we're gonna see. Oh, hey, we got VeeFriends boxes, and they put them up for all these auctions, and they put them up for these breaks, and
Yep.
the prices that those start going at. It's gonna be wild to see like where these go when it comes to that. But I love it. Like, it is an awesome, cool
Agreed.
idea. It's different, super sick on what they're actually like. It's only four things, which kind of does stink, but at least each thing is like high end. Like, it's worth it in that point. But it's only, and Gary will say this, it's only worth it if you really have that
Yeah,
funds to
to get
actually
it.
give up and just actually buy it. Not like you had to like scrape through to try to get it buy. Like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. At that point, that's just not smart. And I think me and you are kind of in the boat that's like, you know what? Also we have families and kids, Christmas around
Yeah,
the corner. Like, there's a lot of other stuff we're gonna be spending money on
exactly.
to make it be like, I don't know if this is something we need to get.
That's
But
actually
it
what
is
you
cool.
just said was like perfect because it's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, I do think it's a little tone deaf on VeeFriends to have this product come out right now, in my opinion. But like you said, regardless, it's really cool. It's an awesome product. But weird to say, I think it's the first time since you've been into VeeFriends, since I've been to VeeFriends, we're kind of like, yeah, we're probably passing. But it's
Yeah.
nothing. The
It's definitely
product's cool.
sick. Definitely
It's
sick.
definitely cool. The presentation's amazing. They never skimp on that. The box is cool. I mean, the box alone, dude. People are going to be buying the box empty on eBay.
Of
Like, it's
course.
just,
Of course. And there are
yeah,
they are serial numbered, like they're numbered
yeah.
box of whatever. So you're getting a
This
specific
may be the most
number.
high end physical collectible that VeeFriends has made, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like not even like just like what it resold as. Like, this is just what they're
Yes.
giving you, the quality. I mean, 18 karat gold stuff, these sapphire things, all these different, all that alone, like the quality and the high endness of that. Yeah, for sure. Which is wild. But
So,
this is gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see kind of what happens and where this goes. And if you were able to get one, I know we do have, listeners and
Yeah,
followers that are in the VeeFriends world. And if you're one of those lucky ones, hopefully you get something sick and hopefully we get to see
let
a
us
video or
know.
something. But yeah, it's gonna be wild. Definitely cool to see and excited to see what ends up happening. But I love what they did. I love the presentation that they did, like that little reel with the pirate ship. Like it was
It's
all
so
done
cool.
really well. So they're clearly really getting into. And it's funny
actually
because now that I see this, I remember, I don't know if you were on that live at the time. I feel like you may not have been because I think it was when you were away, and that's when I ended up getting because I ended up getting the Gary B
yeah. So
comic
I
eventually.
wasn't on
Yeah,
it.
I don't think you were on that one, but while they were talking, they were like hinting towards things and like and Rips was saying and doing shit that Gary was getting pissed about. And it was getting
Oh,
super
okay.
funny. But there was one point in time where he grabs to the back of something and kind of lifts it, but puts it back down and like, oh, no, no, no. It was definitely one of these boxes. Now that I think about it, because they were saying like something to come, something to whatever, but no one really knew what it was, and it was definitely this box. Or at
It
least
is
one of these
funny though. I
boxes.
am looking on Twitter right now to see if anyone is talking about, and it's funny. Like VeeFriends today, I mean, they are once again they are self-aware though of their community and what this product is. Like they had an image of the Flexin Fox, which is like a perfect character, showing opening the box. Like so they. I mean, maybe it makes me feel like there is going to be something else that's coming around that they just haven't
Yeah,
announced yet. For which I actually feel like there has to be some new products before the end of the year for the masses, because this would be a weird way to end the year, especially around
yeah.
the holiday time for
No, yeah, yeah.
VeeFriends.
I would think even if it's not like quote unquote Black Friday, I would think there's still
Correct.
something holiday
Yeah,
based like to be coming out. Yeah, I 100% agree. But I will say, I mean, at least knowing VeeFriends for the little time that I have and really getting into it, they do a great job of having the small $10-ish item all the way up to these high end things. Like they do have
100%.
variety in things. So they do a really good job at least giving you something different that's on a different price point, a different medium type of thing, like whether it's their NFTs to a plush to a comic to these pins, like things like that. Like there's such a variety, and that makes them like really uh, that's honestly the big reason why I'm a big fan, and I know I'm sure it's also you. But
Agreed. 100%.
all right, so enough of that high end stuff, huh? Too much.
Yeah, let's get
Now get to some more other things that maybe we can afford to get into. But we'll switch gears. Let's go into what do you want to talk about next? Let's see. A lot.
Should we go into Thrilljoy?
I was actually going to say that. Yeah, let's go. Let's go Thrilljoy. We got a couple things on the Thrilljoy front that we want to talk about. One is some drops, some stuff.
Before you get into that, for our listeners, I don't think we've talked about this. Gary V actually someone asked him on a stream a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
You ever heard of Thrilljoy Collectibles? Oh, so we got a clap coming. He flat out said it.
Yeah, like he said, they've been talking about
that'll
it.
be interesting.
Which obviously we know kind of what they've already done with the Funko and that world.
Yeah.
So that would
just
be
a good
crazy.
segue because
I'm
pumped for that.
So look out for that. But a lot of stuff was announced, some stuff coming out, some new Art the Clowns out there, some new Jokers, Chucky. Like they have a bunch of random things that were announced. But obviously the holidays was kind of really the big thing. And like they did for Blue, well, for the 1 year birthday, which we're calling like Blue's birthday or whatever, they did come out with red tux and blue like birthday style, which we talked about and we went over.
Yep.
They did that again, but Christmas. So they went the Christmas route with the three of them again, tux, red and blue as well, in like Christmas-ish type
colors.
of attire.
Blue is a blue metallic.
Yeah, which had an ultra rare chase. They all had kind of like that ultra rare chase. And he came out with, and I don't know, were you a fan of them or like what'd you think? I didn't like the blue one was pretty cool.
I like the blue one
was
the
okay.
best.
I didn't like the tux too much. I didn't really like the color that they chose of it, but I mean, it looks kind of like an ornament, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I didn't. It's funny. I like the blue one the best. I actually got the blue one.
oh, nice.
And I like blue the best out of any of the mascots. I actually don't have any tux or red. Haven't been able to get any.
Yeah,
I passed on
I
the
just have the
birthday
smaller
ones.
pixels. Yeah.
I sorry, I do have those. I completely forgot. Um, I would have, if I'm being completely honest, I forgot. I didn't even know these were dropping. It was when I was in Disney,
Mhm.
and then when I found out, there was a split second where I was like bummed about it. But then I'm like, I've moved on, and I'm like, don't really care because I just love Christmas stuff when
Mhm.
it comes to collectibles. But you're right; these were kind of just like a weird paint job. Maybe they were supposed to look like an ornament, like you said. I didn't love them. I liked the idea of them, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, of those, like, I get it. It was fine. I didn't love it, but then they came out with another blue. This one was a little bit more like, okay, this is pretty awesome, badass.
yes,
And it is when Blue is in another outfit type of thing, and it's for a movie, obviously. So it's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is a fantastic movie,
agreed.
amazing, especially during holidays, one of my favorites. And we got Blue looking like Clark Griswold, especially with the little reindeer
Yeah,
glass mug that he has. And there's a Chase version. It's not the best Chase. He's just got actually the regular Blue with the mouth open. I like better than Chase, where his mouth is kind of just smirking. But what do you think of this? Because this was definitely up the Christmas alley of collectibles, and was a little bit more exciting for me.
this is 11 out of 10. I love this. I think this is one of the best pieces they've made. I think it's super cool. We're getting a blue that I'm pretty sure this is the first blue picks that you've been able to just buy that wasn't given out at the Boardwalk Bash. That is not a megapix of him having his head on IP.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just funny because this one works so well because it obviously is from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And you don't need, if you know the movie, you know this immediately. But someone who doesn't, this is still just cool. It just looks like Blue is
Yeah.
rocking
Just
his,
some Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm going to try to get this, but I do agree with you. It's funny. It seems like the Chase versions of Blue are always with him with that smirk. I think the
Yeah.
tongue out is better. It, but they'll still have their crew trying buying a million pieces trying to get that Ultra Chase, even though the hero is better.
Yeah. Just because, yeah, it's the rare one. It's whatever it is. But this is a
Yeah,
situation where we're both in the boat. It's we get one, it's going to end up being a cool one regardless. And it's one that we probably realistically may like more. Totally fine. If it happens to be a Chase, even cooler. All right. It's an Ultra Chase. So it's obviously
exactly.
rare. That would be pretty awesome. But I agree. This is awesome. It's coming out tomorrow, so Wednesday, 26th, 8 a.m. So just make sure you guys are paying attention if you want to get this one. It probably will sell. I don't know if there's anywhere that shows the amount. I haven't looked on the website, to look at the box.
I think
Because
it's oh no, I want
is
to
it one
say
of the
it's
higher
1,500,
ones?
but I could be
Oh,
wrong.
okay. Okay. So if it is something like that, be on it because it may be some. A lot of their stuff, their products have been selling pretty quick.
Very quickly.
I know some of them have been shared with Hot Topic. So usually when that happens, the site may sell faster because obviously they have to bring product to these stores as well. But when it's exclusively through the site, usually it's a little bit easier to grab them. But depending on what this number is going to be, definitely
It's
keep an eye out
1,500.
for it.
It's
Yeah.
1,500.
Okay. So that's a good number, but not super high. It's something you're going to have to make sure that if you want it, you probably want to make sure you grab
Yeah, I
because
mean,
that's what the other ones were as well. The other
this will
holiday
sell out in a few
versions,
minutes.
and they
In a
sold
few
out fast.
minutes.
Yeah, they sold out fast.
So if this comes out on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern
Our time,
time.
right? Yeah,
If you don't get it, I just know from experience for these ones, the ones that are their mascots, if you don't go on immediately when it drops, You'll probably get it if you go on it, but if you're a few minutes late, it's going to be gone.
Yeah, it might already be behind in line.
Especially because I don't know. Let us know in the comments, or maybe makes I don't know if they have limits. And like we said, their fan base, their hardcore people are pretty hardcore.
I feel like they do, but I don't know the amount.
I see some people who are like getting them in the mail and they're like, oh, we got 20. And I'm just like, oh my God. Okay. So like when it's 1,500, when people like that are buying that amount, it's insane.
Faster.
It just goes fast.
Yeah.
Doesn't always mean the hype is actually there, but it's there for their
somebody,
community.
Yeah. People are excited. Yeah. I will say last thing before we move on to the next thing is this is something that I don't know what the turnaround time is on this, but I would hope that like you would get it before Christmas. Like that kind of would like really, I mean, it's about a month. So it's like, who are these like made? Are they going to ship out quick or not? But it would be a cool thing to have on Christmas as well. Like me and you are both, not like, I feel like a lot of collectors do this, but I know we both are where we're like, we like displaying holiday type collectibles during the holidays. For instance, like I have a little thing in the back. It's hard to see, but I have some Buddy the Elf NFT pops that are like even the Grail and all that I like, we put up because it's like Christmas. So this would be like a great one. Like I would love to put this up, but
I would hope.
Hopefully,
I'm happy you brought that up because I thought I'd easily be able to display my Funko Christmas NFTs from last Christmas, but no, they still haven't even shipped.
No, I'm talking about the elf thing that I got like years ago. But yeah,
but it's funny. I still don't have my birthday blue. So,
But see, that's why I brought it up because it's like,
I'm
are these like being made or is it like ready to go? Although I have seen people with this in hand. They were at
that
party. So it's like some people had them and I know they were giving out. A couple of the influencers and stuff were able to kind of unbox them. So hopefully they go out quick. But yeah, that is a really cool looking blue for sure. But we'll transition over to something else about, Thrilljoy, and I brought up the hot topic. So this also has to do with that. But the latest like thing that Thrilljoy is doing now, they like to call it the first Thrilljoy experience. And it is a partnership that they have with Hot Topic, which, we've already been seeing them in Hot Topics. They are in some box lunches, which is obviously the same parent company. But this specifically is like a really nice display table setup. Some of their clothing is being shown, the pixels, a bunch of pic stuff, like nice backdrop, big pictures and stuff. So it's like you're walking, it almost, I don't want to say it, but it's almost like when you walk into Funko Hollywood and there's like a specific display of something and you go to another room and there's another thing. It's very similar to that, but in a Hot Topic, of course. And it's the first one was in the Glendale Galleria, big store. So obviously like more of like a flagship type of thing for them. But they did hint to like other ones coming. So I'm sure big cities, big areas across the country. Hopefully they do something over here in our area, maybe American Dream, because that's right by me and that's a big Hot Topic. This little setup is pretty cool. It's a great way to get people that are in there, like kind of, because sometimes they were hidden on like a small little shelf on the back and stuff. So this like really shows them out, and it is showing you like they have a big partnership with Hot Topic, that this is happening, and Hot Topic is like really pushing them out to have such a big display and like quote unquote experience. But what are your thoughts?
I think it's super cool. I think it looks really nice from what we've seen. I definitely do think, there needs to be more. They need to branch out, kind of like you said, hopefully in other major cities, not just in their backyard. And I know, like, Brian has said this multiple times, like, he always, like, mentions our partners at Hot Topic. Like, that's clearly, like you said, their biggest partner. It would be cool to see them in other spots, though. Like, the one thing that comes to mind for me is when FAO Shorts came back in the city, in their store in 30 Rock. Basically, that entire store is built on mini sections of product. And like, I look at this and I'm like, that would like kill it there. I think it would bring it to like a whole new level. Tourists find this product. I mean, I feel like there's still people who go into that store who find out what a Funko Pop is for the first time.
Yeah.
It's just, I get why it's in Hot Topic, but it's still just like going Hot Topic is now just more. It looks cooler, but
Yeah.
I think I think it's more of a revolutionary type of idea of where the retail space is going, and I do like it, and we've always given them credit where credit's due. They are always trying to innovate and like think outside the box to differentiate themselves, because when you like, for people who haven't seen this video, go check it out. Like Thrilljoy shared it on their
Hmm.
Instagram. I mean, you're gonna walk into a Hot Topic if like your store ends up getting this, and you're gonna think it's a Thrilljoy store. Like that's
Yeah.
how like prevalent it
That
is.
little section, yeah. It's super good.
It's
Like it's the
nice.
signage, everything is like great. And I love that they have like all of their products out there. They have the old school pixels, panoramic ones. They have
Yep.
some there. They have some of the clothing, like I was
The
saying, regular
jerseys.
pixels. So it's like the displays of each one like separately, depending on what it's for, like really cool. So yeah, this is definitely something that I will agree is exciting, and hopefully we do see it in other areas, like, hopefully by us for sure. We want someone actually commented specifically that they also think it should be at the American Dream in
I
Jersey.
love that idea too.
I agree.
Like honestly,
It's a
they could
perfect
have
one.
their own, yeah, like experience. Like I mean, I
Yeah.
know that costs money, but
Yeah.
it's like it's just like if this was in a Miniso, for example, or like I mean, obviously would never be in Pop Mart. It's like you're going for that experience, like a Thrilljoy
Yeah.
store, standalone store, even if there's just like one in like the American Dream Mall or like the Grove in California,
Yeah.
yada yada.
Some
Like,
kind of flagship thing that,
yeah,
like,
it would
yeah.
be super cool.
But yeah, so that's some good stuff
But
that Thrilljoy's doing for
are you
sure.
gonna try to get that Blue? Are you gonna go for it?
The Griswold, that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I actually do really like that one. I unfortunately didn't get to. I do agree. I liked the metallic one of all the other three, but at that time, I don't know what happened. It just didn't, and it or actually did end up going to check. I didn't realize it was going to sell in like minutes. That's what it was. And I remember telling you like, "Oh yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes, I
gone."
do remember.
I was
Yep.
like, "It's gone." So like now a little bit more prepared. I understand. I understand it now. Like, gotta get in there. Gotta get in there
Which
and
is
jump on there.
wild. It's wild.
So yeah, we'll see. But it is something I for sure will try to grab. But all right, let's move on to
Also, one real quick thing. I want to give a shout out to, we talk about him on the podcast, my cousin Anthony, because he pulled a 96 piece
yeah,
Scott Pilgrim,
dude.
which that's his
Of all
like
ones, that's his grail
which
right
that
there.
is
That's
his
the
grail.
movie.
So
Never
if
seen it.
people out there who are listening who are Thrilljoy collectors, we know one has been pulled. So I just I
Yeah,
wanted to say that because it's super cool.
that's true. Yeah, yeah, happens. Yeah, it was just funny that he got that one of all.
I
That's
know
perfect.
he sent me a text and was like losing his mind, even though it's a box error. It says Scott Pilgrim instead of the character's name.
Really,
Yeah,
that's more rare. Then there you go.
yeah.
Oh wow. All right. So let's go into Rokimoto. So we'll talk about some Rokimoto stuff because they
They're
obviously as
crushing it.
well have been really out there. Of course, DCon was recently, Designer Con in Vegas, which was the last time we really seen them do something big, because obviously they didn't come to New York Comic Con. Even that New York like signing thing at FL Shorts kind of fell through. So now this was like their big event that they were going to be at. They had their booth, they had their setup, everything we wish they had at New York Comic Con.
I know.
But they did have it there. They had a couple of exclusives. Some the Designer Con like mascot guy. They had a Frankenstein character that they made as well, and then of course they unveiled their Godzilla stuff. So there's a couple new waves that are like kind of now coming soon. We're starting to see the different variations you can get. But
Yes,
one of them, of course, was the Godzilla one, which we did see. We saw that was going to be coming out soon. They kind of started having them there. And now I've actually been seeing a couple people, even in our area, they have been popping up at stores. So they've been able to kind of pop into a store.
they're actually in box
Miso
lunch.
and or box lunch even. Yeah, I was going to say, I know they were outside of just what they're normally at. And they're seeing the Godzilla ones, which, Rakimoto did send you one over. So you luckily were able to kind of take a look at one. But we both agree that set was awesome. Like, just to see it like the different types that you're getting is like really sick. But we have two sets that we kind of hinted towards. We saw that like potentially they would be coming out. Then we saw like pictures of them announcing that there was gonna be some type of collab, but we didn't see what they were gonna look like. And they are Monchhichi, which I think that's how you say it, hopefully, and the Sesame Street one. So we'll go into the Monchhichi one first because I know we're a little bit more excited for the Sesame Street one. But this, of course, is I believe it's like a show or cartoon in somewhere in Asia, and they're like little monkeys,
Yeah.
and I don't know, they all just kind of hang out and play around each other. But there's like different versions of them. We know nothing about this, so I don't want to, butcher any of the stuff about it. But had a few different versions of them. Looks like there's maybe like a male character, female. Two of them are in like cat suits, and then we have some more rare, like surprise versions of them. But yeah, I'm sure you're kind of on the same boat. Just it's cool that
Agreed.
they have something like this. It's just nothing that
They look cool.
really.
I know I was telling you before we started, I've noticed that this is kind of is having a moment in America. It also seems like, this character's like the Labubu before Labubu. And it seems like I have randomly seen them in a few stores. I saw them in Urban Outfitters. They're like, they have the keychains, they have the stuff. And it is, like you said, it's from Japan. It's perfect for Rokimoto. They may have got this license at a perfect time. It could be by design or coincidence. But yeah, like I said, I don't know much about it personally, but I like them. I've been collecting the Rokimotos like differently than I would Funko Pops. For example, like if this was a Funko Pop, I would never buy it. Even if this was a Thrilljoy Pix, I would never buy it. I'll get one of these. Like, they're always fun. We always say they're a great price point, and I feel like more and more people are getting into these. We've had some of our listeners message us like, we got into Rokimoto because of you guys, which to hear that is so awesome. I heard their presence at Decon was amazing, and like it had a much better vibe there. That was more like their people. And give a shout out to Rokimoto. I don't like to, put the competition, but they now have more followers on Instagram than Thrilljoy. And Thrilljoy is started a lot before them. So
they're blowing up. I was gonna say these pics, like these different posts, like we talk about this with Funko all the time. Like they're getting like lots of likes. Like even this one was getting a lot of likes. So there's obviously a lot of fans out there that do enjoy
and
this.
We joke about this all the time, but like we've said, their social media kicks ass, and it's showing that it does. It's helping the brand.
Yeah, and they got some new team members recently that have kind of been jumping on, and
it's just super.
They're expanding, and they're all doing a really good job. Like it's all being done really well, and it's not like too much. Like they're doing it kind of at a good pace,
just the right amount.
And yeah, we're getting great products and everything like that. But yeah, the next set I know is something that we both are like clamoring over, trying to get something of this. I know my daughter will want these. I know your kids will probably want these. And is of course Sesame Street, which when this was kind of like announced and hinted towards, we both were kind of like, whoa, like that is sick. That's awesome. I remember, I think they showed off like a cup, but it doesn't look like the actual real cup, right? Because wasn't it a cup with like Elmo or Ernie or something,
I think
somebody
it was
on
a
it?
Leak. I don't know if they ever actually. This looks different. Even the figures look different a little bit.
Yeah, because I remember us seeing it and being like, okay, is it that character, and are you gonna get him? Like we didn't know there was gonna be multiple characters. We didn't know, but now we like it. This also shows us that when it's an IP type drop, it's gonna be multiple character options that you can pull out of one cup. Like we kind of talked about.
It looks
that,
like that is the way
been going on. Yeah, so unless it's like their original character, which is like the one, and then you can get a surprise. Like all of these are quote unquote surprises because they're all sitting down eating noodles. But the variety is pretty big because you're going from, some of the top characters, obviously. You're getting Cookie Monster and Elmo. Those are 1 and 4. So those are most likely the most popular, and makes sense that would be the most pulled right, of those. You
Yep.
got the Count and Big Bird, however, at one of 6, which is nice, a little bit more rare. Then you got Bert and Ernie both being at one of 12, which is I feel like you got to get both of them right at some point.
You
But
got
then
it.
I like this. I don't know if you read this. So it's like the Count is a super surprise, which we
I
don't know
did
exactly
see
what that
that.
means, color or what. It was 1 of 48. And the Cookie Monster is a super duper surprise at 196. So funny, cool little play on words there that they're doing with this, but makes you think like maybe they're a different color, maybe they're translucent. Like, what are they? But usually when they're translucent, it'll say, like when the Godzilla was like
You're right.
translucent shade surprise or whatever. So gotta be interesting to see what these are. And they're, I mean, 1 of 96. That's very rare. 148 as well. But
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on these? Because I love these. I want to see where they're going to be at. Hopefully in store soon because these I will grab. A
These are
few.
incredible. I want them all. And it's funny. I actually, while you were just, giving your take, I did look because I remember I made a reel about it when the concept art leaked. It did say concept art only, and you're right. It was completely different. It just had Ernie on a cup, and then it
Ernie
also
on
had
it,
a
yeah.
cup. And like, it's funny because these now look like, I don't want to say more official, but like that concept art made it look like it could have been fake, where these like look like these are
Mm.
Sesame Street products. But the other one was Leo dressed up as Cookie Monster, which I do hope we still get those.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I wish that was the Cookie Monster super duper surprise. But maybe we're just gonna get those at another time, or they ended up not going through with them. Maybe it wasn't allowed. Um,
True.
but I
It
just
could still
these
be them. Could be them sitting down,
it could
and you
be.
just can't tell that their face is in the middle. Like that and the
These are
Count could
just
be.
so vibrant, the color. Like, I love the Count. Wow, I love all of them. They just look super
Mhm.
cool. And I just them eating ramen, like, I know it's not for everyone. I just think these are
Yeah,
so
it's
cute and
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah. No, but and it's cool, like, cause like, we're fans of it. Obviously, we grew up on, Sesame Street, like, a while back, but it's still around. Our kids still are fans of it, so, like, it can hit all ages, and like you said, yeah, they're super cute. They're very bright, very vibrant, very Sesame Street, honestly. But
R is for Rokimoto too.
yes, I was just gonna say, and they're playing it so well, like, the way it says that, and even the cup, how it has all of them with the ABCs on it, like, just bravo. Great job, Rokimoto. This is
Another
definitely
thing
something.
too, which is crazy, is like Sesame Street's obviously always been a staple for children's television, but some of you may not know this, but it's now on Netflix.
Mhm.
I Not to say Sesame Street get any bigger, but I also feel like Sesame Street has been forgotten in the world of YouTube and other streaming services. I think that it's now on Netflix. It's going to have like a resurgence,
Yeah.
and just like the Monchichis, this is this is perfect timing for these to come out too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. I think Sesame Street kinda went away a little bit in the bigger digital world where,
yeah,
like, the Netflixes of the world and YouTube and stuff, and, like, yeah, you can probably see some of these things, but a lot of these kids, if unless their parents weren't showing them, they weren't really getting exposed to it as much, right? Yeah, there was the
no,
toys, you can get little figures and toys and stuff like that, and they would kind of know what they were, but, Sesame Place still exists. That's still a place that you can go
yeah,
to. I don't know if you noticed, American Dream has a little Sesame
yeah.
Street kind of like experiencing there. So like, yeah, it's still they're still out there, still pumping. So this is definitely
It
a
being on
great way to get them
HBO,
in
I
there.
think hurt it because some parents didn't.
Yeah, they
Whether some
weren't.
people don't have, or like, I'll be honest, I didn't want my kids watching that on their iPad, and then God willing,
Yeah,
they got out of
the
their
wire
account
comes out of
onto
nowhere.
mine. Exactly. So yeah, it's moral of the story is these are awesome, and I think these are going to be. I mean, these are going to bring Rokimoto to the next level,
Yeah,
in my
which is
opinion.
which is good. What's
It's
going on with
amazing.
them? But that was an awesome drop for sure for them. So hopefully you're able to get these. This still says coming soon, so I don't know if they really have like a date yet. I think it's just something that's still in the works. So hopefully it's very soon
Oh,
because I
another
know
thing
we want
too.
them.
Today, you are now able. It's the first time you're going to be able to buy Rokimoto product on their actual website. You can get the Snoopy, cups of fun, and their word on the street is there's some leftover Rocky Chans from Designer Con. So if you're looking to get that stuff, I know there's been some criticism like I don't have any Minisos by me, even though
Yeah.
you can get a lot of the stuff from Entertainment Earth, even though I
Hmm.
don't love Entertainment Earth, if I'm being honest with you. So now hopefully Rokimoto is building up where you can just go to their website, which is another thing
Which
that's
is
awesome.
big. Yeah.
Huge.
Definitely want that. But yeah, good luck to anyone if you try to grab some of those. If you do, let us know what you guys pull, and if you've been getting the Godzillas as well, see if you pull some cool stuff. Because we actually have a fan and listener who
Yeah.
showed us that they got some pretty
I
badass, and
got
they
the
actually got one of
96.
those translucent 96 ones, which they exist and they're out there. So someone did pull one. So shout out to you, props. All right, so we'll get into a little bit of card news. We got a couple different card makers companies.
Yes.
One is going to be Topps, the big boy. Of course, Topps keeps dropping more and more goddamn stuff every time
It's
I see
insane.
there's a new. And the way Topps does it is so wild. Like, there's no like hype behind it, and like
Just
this is going
drops
to be
it.
coming out in a month. Like, dude, it's like tomorrow. This
Yeah,
John, and you're
I
like,
hate it
what the
actually.
hell? Like, this is a sick ass drop. What do you mean tomorrow? So sometimes you got to get your funds right for Topps. It's not the easiest thing to just grab. So Topps
I agree.
did their Marvel Topps Chrome, which is sick. Every Topps Chrome set that they do is just getting better and better. We're getting a Marvel Studios one, which obviously has a lot of like the movies and the movie characters, the actors, which is great because you get a lot of their autographs, which that's like a cool thing. You get an autograph of obviously a big name actor, and then as the
Agreed.
character and stuff, like, is always like really cool. It's a different type of like excitement to like an athlete, let's say, right?
I
So
agree.
yeah, so we're getting those. The set looks awesome. We had the hobby box, which was EQL. So you had to enter in, and the hobby box I think was like $250.
250, yeah.
Or you can get a full case for like $2,500 or whatever it
I think it was
was.
for 8 packs.
8, yeah, in the hobby box. Or they have the obviously more valued blaster style boxes, which those are clearly a little bit more accessible. You could just buy them. You didn't have to wait for EQL, nothing like that. But this seems like all the other sets they have come out with have been sick already, like in the Marvel and all the other Topps Chrome stuff. But this is just another one that is pretty sweet. I know you grabbed a couple of the blaster boxes. I didn't get any. I don't know if they're still available. I'm assuming the value / blaster box will probably still be available for a little bit. So I'll take a look. I don't know. It is something I would like to get. The hobby is what I would love to have gotten, but the price point was a little too tough to just like really drop for that.
I
Especially
agree.
like I said, when we found out like yesterday that it was it's gonna be coming out.
I agree. Like I
What do you think?
wanted I mean, I think these are sick. Like I said, I got some of the blasters, but yeah, like the price point for me is just a little too high for it's hard to justify getting 8 packs for $250. That's before tax and shipping. Well, shipping's free at that price point, but they're super sick. I have some of the Topps Chrome Marvel that came out this year that was just like the comic style. Those are really hard to get. I got like 2 blasters of those and that was it. It's just funny. I feel like those are more popular than like I was surprised normally when Topps drops this stuff, they sell up pretty quickly. And
Yeah.
I do think the blaster stayed up for a little bit, which makes you feel like you'll probably be able to get them at like Target, Amazon,
Yeah.
Walmart. I just wanted to get a few because they look incredible. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's spanning from, very beginning of the MCU up to current, including all TV shows, animation. Like they, you took the words right out of my mouth. I can't really add much more. Like Topps just kills it, especially with this Disney license. I have Star Wars, Disney Chrome, and now Marvel Chrome. Like they all just look super cool. It makes you like, I know we've talked about this in the past. Like we in the very beginning were in Lorcana. Makes completely got out of Lorcana. I stopped collecting Lorcana, but now I've gotten into it a little bit more, but it's really more through my son. Like he'll get he loves collecting cards with me, but like can't ever find Pokemon. Lorcana is very easily accessible. But like the way that the Topps Chrome card just look with the Disney characters, and I know it's completely different than Lorcana, and that's supposed to be a trading card game, but most people don't actually play the game, if I'm being honest. I mean, it has its core group, just like Pokemon does too, but most people, especially in our world, are just collecting. They just look so cool.
Yeah.
And the Marvel Studios is just no different.
Mm-hmm.
You would
Yeah.
think putting just a person on a piece of cardboard would it look as cool as it does,
The
but it
whole, especially with the
does.
chrome, like they do a really good job of the
Yeah.
different colors and the different type of parallels and waves and like foils and stuff like that. And it's just like it always just makes the card pop more, and
Yeah.
the color on it looks great. But like getting these certain autos, and then they always do have like sick inserts. Like I know this one has like Marvel gods, and there's like a Thor,
Yes.
and it's like a die cut. Then there's like refractors, obviously numbered and stuff like that. So yeah, I actually just jumped on the website just to take a look real quick, but the blaster boxes are actually sold out. So
They are.
they're like all
Okay.
sold out on there. So yeah, so it's clearly, it definitely has some hype, and there's some pretty badass cards in here. So this will definitely be a pretty sick set to see, and we'll see what you pull out of it. But yeah,
It's
they're
wild that
still on top of their game, man.
good old Pedro Pascal is
I
on
know
the freaking cover of the
the
box.
cover is so random. Hey, it's a big deal, I guess, for the MCU now. So
Yeah.
But in other card news, so this is something a little bit more that you kind of know more about than I do, but you can kind of go into it. But it is like the Magic cards. I know we have a couple sets and things that are showing their way onto the streets now. So we can talk about that.
So as we said, ever since Cynthia left, Magic the Gathering has been thriving. We kind of the set that with IP that really brought it to a new level was Final Fantasy. That was then followed by Marvel, and now this one has got mad hype. Is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Just like those other sets, you have the option to buy the collector boosters, which are an insane amount of money. It's like $400 for a box of like the amount of cards that we're talking about getting in the Topps Chrome hobby boxes. Then there's the play boosters, which it's all about the hits. Like you can still get those hits in the play boosters. You're just more guaranteed to get them in the collectors. But the product just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I mean, there's their pre-made commander decks. And once again, I don't play Magic. I actually never. I tried to collect Magic for a very small time in my youth when I went to summer camp, because some people would like play it at like lunch or whatever. That game it's. I'm sure I can learn it now, but I really was not in the mindset to learn it as a youngling. But I've gotten into some of the IP ones. Like I got some of the Marvel ones. I wanted the Final Fantasy ones, and then at that point I was just like, I don't need them. And then I kind of regret it because they like became so hot. And then once again, the Avatar ones, the art just looks super cool. They clearly made a license. They have a big license with Paramount, because I know there was SpongeBob ones for the Secret Lair, which are more of the pre-order limited ones. But then the next set we're getting is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which that seems to have a lot of hype around it. That was at New York Comic-Con. Magic is killing it right now. Like, don't sleep on it. If you're into these IPs, the cards look super cool. They're reasonably priced if you want to buy any of the other cards besides the collector boosters. And there's value in them for people who are value collectors. I mean, some of these cards that you could rip are, going for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like I said, I know you're not really into this, but like they look super cool.
So did they have a Marvel set, or was that the Spider-Man one?
So it's
because I know
funny.
there's a Spider-Man.
It started, the first one was just Spider-Man.
Okay.
With more coming, but there were some other, like there are like the Infinity Stones are in the Spider-Man one, for example, which was like a hard card to get. But yes, it was mostly, when I do say Marvel, I am talking about Spider-Man. But when they first came out with the Secret Lair versions of it, there were other characters, and they have teased, like, I don't know if they've said how long the partnership is, but we're gonna get more and more Marvel. I'm assuming. I don't know. It's funny. I think Spider-Man's just their biggest character. That's why they started off that way. I personally wouldn't have done that, but maybe it just was their way of being able to make more money and make more sets.
Hmm. Yeah. So, and on that topic, so there's like a web slingers kit, which is obviously like this big box, and it's coming up at Costco. So Costco's starting to get these, like if you want to kind of get, a quick set, like seems like it's a big box similar to like
Yep.
when the Pokemon ones that they were doing,
Comes with a
that they were
built, I
coming out
think,
with.
deck, boost some play boosters, and then
Yeah, and you got
Costco
like a
always does
promo
this, a
card.
promo that you can only get in
Yeah,
a set at Costco, which
which
is
is
cool.
cool. Yeah. So that's popping up over there. So that's actually um like if you want to just kind of get introduced to this and start off like Charlie was saying, it's not something that's really my cup of tea necessarily, but it's still obviously popular and it's out there. But this whole like them going into these other IPs and not just being strictly the Magic that we all grew up with is smart in my opinion. It's pretty sweet.
Agreed. I feel
Yeah.
like weirdly enough, the explosion of Pokemon and the scarcity of it has allowed something like Magic to explode more into the masses.
Hmm.
Because let's be real, getting Pokemon cards is still so hard. I
Yeah.
even noticed
So
like
many different kinds and
so
it's
many different
just
kinds, but even like, dude, some of the retail stores are now like like they're putting it behind a paywall. Like you can't even enter the queue if you don't have Walmart Plus. Like, I mean,
it's
genius on Walmart, but
yeah.
it's just the fact that it's still insane. It's just crazy. And then it's funny.
Yeah.
I joke about it on here because my son like loves Pokemon. Then when I actually get him the packs, the collector be just like, oh my god, he shouldn't really be like, he's just gonna destroy these cards. And if he pulls a
Yeah.
good card, like, like I'm not gonna.
And he's just like, whatever,
It's
car,
just
or whatever.
funny.
Just pulling him out like that.
Exactly. Like he's definitely done that before. And I'm just like, I kind of wish Pokemon I'm going off on a tangent real quick, but like I wish they made kind of what Magic does is smart, and that's why I'm gonna bring this up. It's like even though it's all gets hype when it comes out, the play boosters are easier to get than the collector boosters, and they're also way cheaper. I
Mhm.
almost feel like Pokemon should start doing that because they probably make more money. Maybe it would still have the problem where it's impossible to get, but like it would maybe allow some product to be around for children. Like I
Yeah.
can't imagine
Well,
being a kid and not being able to get Pokemon cards.
yeah. Well, it's so funny that you said that. So this is like perfect transition. This is why we work well together. Because I was going to talk about something that's going to transition perfectly from this, and you probably know what I'm going to talk about once I say it. But that's like the McDonald's
Yeah.
when they had the McDonald's set, and it was more like there were just like it was only a handful, whatever, 10 or 12, whatever many cards it was, and they're not really worth much. Like it was cool, it was fun, but it was still something that you can get your kids to get, and
Yeah.
and it would be okay if they got it, and if they broke it, whatever, get another one, whatever it was. But yeah, it is an interesting thing. But it's funny you said that because I wanted to transition to this. Did you see the Disneyland
I did.
70th anniversary
Yes.
McDonald's? So I
Tons.
definitely think we should bring that up. So there's 70,
It's
70
crazy.
different characters that you can get to go along with obviously the 70th year is Disneyland. And it's all different Disney Pixar mix of characters, and it's even like live action animated, like it's everything. Like
It's
it's like
everything.
pretty much hits up almost every potential movie they have. I think someone was complaining that there's no Wally or Mr. Toad, but
Oh
there's
my
pretty much
god.
everyone else.
There
So
should be
yeah,
a
it's
Mr.
funny.
Toad, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So this looks pretty cool. And they're like tiny little like figurines. They're on like a platform. It says like Disneyland 70 on it on the bottom. They're very like cartoony, like they
Did
almost
you
look
get
like
into Disney 100 ones when they had that? I feel like they're the same.
yeah. Cause I was gonna say I remember this happening already, kind of.
Yeah.
And they were, but the actual figures don't look the same though, no? Because I can't
No, I'm pretty
remember what
sure
they
they're exactly the same actually.
I'm trying to remember which ones
They're
we
new
got.
molds.
That's what I
But
mean, the
like
molds.
sorry, yeah,
Like
they're new molds, but it's
but
like they were on
like
that
what they are on a little
stand
platform. Yeah, that part. Yeah, okay.
and like the
Which
design of the
makes sense.
figures the same. Like the way they
Yeah, like
look.
Yeah, like the cartooniness of like, like they're like little kid versions almost
Yes.
of the
It's almost
characters.
as
Yeah,
if McDonald's had their own. Like
costume.
you know what a Funko Pop's going to look like.
Yeah,
This is what these Disney
this is
characters are
what a
going to look like.
McDonald's
Yeah.
figure is. Yeah, but now we're getting 70. I remember there was a lot
I
for
think
the
there's
other one, but
100
was it 100?
for Disney 100. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it would make sense if there was 70 here. I just don't remember that many.
McDonald's
I
just
remember
makes
it being a lot, and
yeah.
it was like near impossible. And I remember I went with
Dude,
my
they
daughter.
were
We got
impossible to
some.
get. We finally found some. Like I go in like
Well, we
and
got
it's just like
some, but it was just like we're never gonna get them all.
no,
Like, how
it's
many times do you need
impossible.
McDonald's?
But
Like,
I
Jesus.
also just hate when you go to McDonald's like, oh, yep, we know the ones we have today, and these are the ones you're getting. It's not even random.
Yeah, that's always been a McDonald's thing.
I know, and I
mean,
hate
like
it.
I worked there in high school, like back in the day, and it was always a thing too. It was like this week we only got this, and then when
I
the toy,
hate that.
but the toy, the not the toy, but like the line of the toy that they're gonna have or whatever, it's not out long enough. Like the fact that if they're gonna
That's
do that,
true.
like it's not gonna be out for 70 weeks or like,
Yeah,
like,
no, you're right.
like so then it comes to it's like, well, different regions have different ones, and so it's like this is something that you definitely should. This should be where everyone's going crazy to try to get these because you're not gonna probably get all 70. But yeah, they're just little plastic toys. But I didn't want to bring it up because
No,
it's
they're
still a
cool.
collecting thing. Still Disney. We love Disney, and
It's a cool thing.
it's definitely something I'm sure my daughter sees. She's gonna want to get. So now I'm gonna have to be. And this actually December 2nd is when it's out. So maybe it's like for the whole month of December. Maybe that would be a little bit more doable, I guess. But I agree, it should just be randomized. And I don't think they do that. I think
No,
it's
they
usually
don't
like
because
they'll have one set, and then if they get a new box, maybe it has another set type of thing.
I'm trying to see if I can find the Disney 100 ones, how many there were.
Yeah, I don't even know if she still has those. She did get a bunch. I remember that now, and they were pretty small.
We had
right?
them. They were small, and like I mean,
because these look like they'd be like a decent size.
Like weirdly enough, my kids don't even really like McDonald's, but we went to get them for these. But like I think they broke them and we had to throw them out. Like they're
yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, they're probably cheap. Yeah, my daughter's kind of in the same boat. She doesn't eat burgers at all. She's strictly a chicken nugget person, and doesn't like McDonald's chicken nuggets at all. She only eats Wendy's or Burger King. So like generally we don't usually go because of that. But when there's this type of thing where there's like a certain toy, she kind of has. I mean, like I won't lie. Even last time when it was like the Pokemon one, like on my lunch break, I just went and got a Happy Meal for myself to like, get something. So
yes, but nonetheless, they're cool, and I will be interested to see. I don't know if they've said this, but I do remember when the Disney 100 ones came out, you got 2 in a box per Happy Meal.
Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe you get more. It's so crazy. We're gonna keep talking about this, but I'm looking at the comments. Someone said I turned the ones I got last year, which was obviously those we're talking about, into ornaments.
Interesting.
Kind of cool. And so it came out so nice. Took forever to get the whole collection, but was definitely worth it.
My God.
Shout out to Loungefly and Chill on Instagram.
My God. That's insane.
Oh, yeah. Someone said most of the characters are repeats from the Disney 100 set in 2023.
There you go.
I mean, they're going to do this many characters. Obviously, it's going to be repeats. You got to have the core ones. But there are some that are missing. People are kind of upset that there's some that are missing. No Jasmine, no Aladdin.
It's not necessarily... They at least look different. It's not the same toy. Like I know there was a Goofy, but the Goofy in this one is actually wearing his outfit that he's wearing in Disneyland for the 7th anniversary.
Yeah.
Like it's stuff like that. But the Star Wars ones are in ships. Like it's all that same look.
Okay. Yeah, like
but they're
why do they do that? Like they have the stormtrooper head on the ship like that.
So dumb. I'm wondering it has to be that way. Just like Funko Pops need to be bobbleheads.
Star Wars, bro.
It's insane.
But they're cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely.
I'll try to grab some.
Yeah.
Make some videos.
Hunter Mickey D's.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're cool.
December 2nd. So be on the lookout for that, guys. But all right, that's gonna do it. Nice episode there. Let us know what you guys think of everything we talked about, from the McDonald's little cheap plastic Happy Meal toys
all
to
the way
the
to the
18 karat gold pin.
We talk about everything
So,
here at Collector Chatter. We don't discriminate against collectibles.
no, absolutely. Everything. So definitely let us know your thoughts on everything we talked about. Thrilljoy, Rokimoto, all the rest, everything in between. And make sure you do.
But as always, first off, we're happy to be back. Sorry we were gone for so long, but that really shouldn't happen that much in the foreseeable future. Even though we're wrapping up to the holiday season.
Yeah.
Speaking
of,
happy
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Will be.
But we will still have new episodes coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about, anyone you would like to have on the podcast, because we definitely are going to be having some guests on in the near future. And as always, you can find us at Collector Chatter on Instagram, at Collector_Migs, at Collector_Charlie. And if you're listening on the podcast platforms, aka Spotify, please follow us on there and interact with us, because you can ask us questions on there. But if not, come over to YouTube, the crown jewel they would like to call for Collector Chatter. And when you come over here, if you please like this video, comment, hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are coming out, share out the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Maybe 2026 will be our year where we finally break free into the 1K range. But as always, we really appreciate everything. We're happy to be back. And as always, until next episode, collecting is the way. Later, everyone.
Peace out, everybody.